Hello, everyone. You guys could start taking your seats. We'll get started in about 5 minutes.
Check, check, 1, 2. Are you getting anything here? Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, check, 1, 2. Check. We're getting music. Check 1 2 check. You're not getting the mics. Check 1 2 check. Check 1 2. Coming audio. I tend to not see that. Oh no, because I've got to shut off on our phone. Just for the test. Check. Check 1 2 check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 check. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2 check. Check 1 2 check. Check 1 2 check 1 2. Check 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2. How caught up is that? Oh, that's really way behind, I think. Oh yeah, that's 13 minutes behind. Can I get music anymore? Oh, we're getting this. Check 1 2 check. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the University of Louisville Department of Pediatrics Annual House Staff Award Ceremony and Graduation. My name is Erin Owen. I'm the Director of Pediatric Fellowships and a Pediatric Residency Associate Program Director. I have the privilege of serving as your MC this evening. We are delighted that you are able to celebrate and honor our graduates this evening. Thank you all for coming and watching. Tonight, we will celebrate some of the most accomplished fellow graduates we've ever trained in Louisville. This year alone, our fellows were awarded over $7,000 in internal research funding, and 11 different fellows were awarded travel grants to share their work on the national stage for 18 unique presentations. Amongst our graduates tonight, there have been 15 manuscripts published and 26 national presentations over the last 3 years. No, I wasn't pausing, I promise, but that's great, that's right. Okay. But it's not just about research productivity. Tonight, I'm sure you'll hear about clinical acumen, bedside manner, and a fellow's ability to crack a joke in the middle of a difficult shift. You might learn of the challenges of studying child psychology or psychiatry during perhaps the most significant pediatric mental health crisis our country has ever seen. You'll hear about a first fellow graduate in a brand new program. Training during the pandemic and the infamous triple-demic of 2022 might even be used to illustrate the strength, determination, and resilience of this class. We are thrilled to tell you about fellows that will join our faculty here in Louisville, but you'll also hear of fellows that will share their talents and skills across the country in cities such as Atlanta, Chattanooga, Lexington, Newburgh, Indiana, Omaha, and St. Pete Beach, Florida. No matter what stories are told or what accomplishments are listed this evening, I am sure that without a doubt, you will leave here tonight with an overwhelming sense of pride for this group of graduates. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to get the ceremony started, and to do just that, I would like to invite Dr. Kimberly Bolin, Chair of the Department of Pediatrics, to offer her remarks and present our first awards of the evening.
Good evening. Welcome. This is always one of my favorite celebrations of the year, so I'm happy to be here this evening. I would like to thank a few people to start with. First, I want to thank the hospital, Norton Children's Hospital, for their continued support of our training programs. Dr. Mark McDonald, Norton Children's Hospital Medical Director, is here tonight, and I would like to thank him and his team for all the support of our trainees. Thank you, Mark. I would also like to thank all the faculty who are here or watching for their tireless and incredible teaching and mentoring of our trainees. Your outstanding commitment to education is one of the things that makes our program stand out. I would also like to thank all of our staff who teach and support the residents and fellows. Your patience and collaboration are so appreciated. And lastly, and most importantly, I would like to thank the friends and families of our trainees for their unending support of these amazingly newly minted pediatric specialists. Please stand for applause, and if you're streaming at home, give yourself a pat on the back. Tonight, I also have the honor of presenting the Chair's Achievement Awards for this year. The Chair Achievement Awards are given to individuals in recognition of scholarly work performed during their fellowship or residency or internship that were accepted for either publication in a peer-reviewed journal or presentation at a national or regional conference. The first level of this award is the Chair's Achievement Award, and it is given to graduates with one presentation or publication. Please join me in congratulating the following graduates for this achievement: Dr. Diane Buckley, Dr. Caroline Gagnor, Dr. Daniel Kahn, and Dr. Julie Clench. Aren't they supposed to come up? You all should come on up. We've got something for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The Chair's Achievement Awards with highest honors are presented to graduates with 3 or more presentations or publications. This year, those awards go to the following people who may join us on stage to receive their award. I will be more specific, I'm sorry. Dr. Aubrey Borgen, Dr. Megan Coriel, Dr. Michael Facciolo, Dr. Lauren Hayes, Dr. Samantha Lucretia, Dr. Carrie Moore, Dr. They're all coming. Dr. Akwesi Pote, Dr. Jonna Sizemore, and Dr. Katie Weekly. Congratulations. So that's a lot of work to get that much done while you're also training and doing all the other things that are part of a training program. So congratulations to everyone who won those awards. And at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Becca Hart to the stage to present the Scholarly Project Award.
Thank you so much, Dr. Boland. As Dr. Boland just indicated, our fellows spend a great deal of time and energy, not only on their clinical endeavors during training, but also performing significant work related to research and scholarship, which just goes to show how much amazing, how many amazing graduates that we have tonight, having had all of these people present multiple times in multiple ways or have multiple publications during just 3 years of time, which, if you've done any research, is not a lot of time to get something published or presented. So just amazing work by all of our graduates. The culmination of this work occurred a couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago, I guess now, when our fellow graduates presented their work at a department-wide presentation where they were able to recap their main scholarly activity project for the entire Department of Pediatrics in recognition of their work. And at that time, we also had judges who awarded prizes for top honors and most outstanding projects. And this year, it was a very tough decision. Our judges deliberated actually for, I think, a few days trying to come up with winners because you all were so impressive at every step of the way. And I'm pleased to announce that we actually ultimately came down to a tie. So tied for first place for this year's Scholarly Activity Outstanding Achievement Awards for our fellows are Dr. Katie Weekly for her work on describing our experience with long COVID in pediatric patients. And you can come to the front. And also Dr. Jonna Sizemore for her work on describing our experience with patients receiving pediatric heart transplants. Congratulations to all of our graduates, and especially to Dr. Weekly and Dr. Sizemore. All right, we would also like to give honorable mention to all of the rest of our graduates who we could not award, and it was truly a very, very difficult decision. I would like to invite Dr. Sarah Molterer to come forward to present the Graduating Fellow Award for Teaching Excellence.
Good evening. Before I present this next award, I also want to extend personal congratulations and most of all gratitude to our graduating fellows on behalf of our pediatric residents. As I look over this graduating group, I am really struck by your contributions to resident education. You've helped with QI projects, you've built new curricula, you've participated in procedure teaching, you've mentored our residents in scholarly activity, you've done morning reports, noon conferences, board review sessions, and that's in addition to your leadership, your guidance, and the teaching that you do in your everyday clinical work. On top of the many other accomplishments that we've already heard and will continue to hear more about tonight, you've had a significant impact on our residency training program. Whether you are staying here or going on to another place, we wish you all the very best. Tonight, I have the honor of announcing the winner of the Graduating Fellow Award for Teaching Excellence. This award was established 1 year ago and is voted on by our graduating pediatric and internal medicine and pediatric residents. The recipient is a fellow who demonstrates excellence in clinical teaching and feedback delivery. This year's recipient is Dr. Michael Facciolo. Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Christy Schultz to honor our first set of graduates.
Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight, whether in person or virtually. I'm Dr. Christy Vale Schultz, Director of Training for the APA-accredited Doctoral Internship Program in Child Clinical and Pediatric Psychology. I'm happy to represent our psychology training faculty this evening. First, I'll be standing in for Dr. Kayla LaRosa to present the certificates for postdoctoral fellowship in pediatric psychology. Dr. Lauren Hayes completed her PhD in counseling psychology from the University of Memphis. She completed her internship in health psychology at Augusta University and the Medical College of Georgia before joining us for her postdoctoral fellowship in pediatric hematology oncology psychology. She has been an integral part of the pediatric psychology team in the hematology oncology clinics and has truly excelled, even amidst changes during the training year. She has been involved in working with grants, bolstering trauma-informed care in the pediatric oncology setting, and providing biofeedback interventions for sickle cell patients, which have shown her strong organizational and leadership skills. Dr. Hayes is focused on providing empathetic and supportive care to patients and their families, and her calm presence makes her an asset to multidisciplinary teams. Her supervisors have noted that Dr. Hayes is a strong communicator, which allows her to establish and maintain rapport with families and providers alike. She's a skilled clinician and researcher, and I am delighted that she has chosen to continue her work with patients in pediatric hematology oncology and join us on faculty in the Division of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry and Psychology after the completion of her fellowship. Congratulations, Dr. Hayes. Please come up to receive your certificate. Next, Dr. Claire Milligan completed her PhD in clinical psychology from George Mason University. She completed her doctoral internship at Denver Health Medical Center, working with youth and families impacted by trauma and substance use before joining us at the University of Louisville School of Medicine to complete her fellowship in pediatric psychology. Dr. Milligan has been a crucial asset to our pediatric psychology consultation liaison team at Norton Children's Hospital, providing care in a fast-paced environment to patients and families with multifaceted needs. She works well with members of multidisciplinary teams and has a true interest in working with patients with complex medical and psychological presentations. Dr. Milligan has an impressive ability to remain calm and composed in any situation. Her supervisors have noted that she has contributed greatly to the Children's Health and Illness Recovery Program, or CHIRP, through her strong organizational and research skills. She is dependable and humble and demonstrates excellent clinical judgment in her patient interactions. She provides care to patients and guidance to other trainees with positivity and excitement. We are delighted that Dr. Milligan will also be staying with us after the completion of her fellowship to join our division's faculty, where she will spend her time with our consultation liaison service and other specialty services. Congratulations, Dr. Milligan. Please come up to receive your certificate. Before I honor our psychology interns, I would like to take just a moment to recognize their training paths. For those unfamiliar with psychology training, it is quite unique. Psychology doctoral internship is the equivalent of residency in the medical training model. The psychology internship is a one-year commitment determined by the match process, and this is the last step for interns before earning their doctoral degrees from their home institutions. Thus, this is only one of 2 graduations that they have this year, and I know that we are all immensely proud. All 3 of our interns will go on to complete postdoctoral fellowships, and afterwards, I look forward to recruiting them back for future faculty positions. Each training class has their own identity. This training class has certainly been shaped by the continued experiences of the COVID-19 pandemic. They interviewed with us virtually and then arrived ready to engage in all of the experiences possible at our site. Their training year has seen a number of continued challenges, like the Great Bingham Flood of 2022, for example, which turned our clinic into a maze and shut down our assessment service for a bit. But they have taken those challenges in stride, facing life with resilience and tenacity. They are immensely collegial and supportive of each other, even during group supervision at the very end of a long week. They have been dedicated to patient care during an intensive training year. As we are in the midst of a pediatric mental health crisis, we have continued to see the intensity and acuity of patients' needs escalate across both outpatient and inpatient settings. Our trainees have risen to the occasion and persevered, even on really challenging days, to provide appropriate care to the youth of our community. And for that, I am very proud. I know that they will carry that spirit of perseverance with them as they continue their training, but as always, I encourage them to balance that with self-care. And now, onto the presentation of certificates. Aubrey Borgen is from the Clinical Psychology PhD program at Central Michigan University. Aubrey is a skilled clinician who has grown in confidence in working with new and diverse patient populations over the course of the training year. She is energetic, yet quietly reflective, humble, and so warm interpersonally. Aubrey is detail-oriented while also seeing the bigger picture, and this skill helps her to advocate for her patients across many settings. Aubrey is truly passionate about helping youth and their families navigate technology and social media experiences. After graduation, she'll be moving on to complete a postdoctoral fellowship in adolescent medicine health research and clinical practice at New York University Child Study Center in New York City. Congratulations, Dr. Borgen. Please come up to receive your certificate. Caroline Gonyer is from the Clinical Psychology PhD program at Texas A&M University. Caroline is perceptive, compassionate, and appropriately assertive in all of her interactions. She is collaborative across settings and brings a tranquil wisdom to her interactions with others. She is also supportive of her fellow trainees, always providing a reassuring reframe or a calming presence. Caroline is a very skilled clinician, building rapport with a wide range of patients. She is passionate about providing care to and advocating for patients with eating disorders, and I know that she will accomplish great things in this field. After graduation, she will begin a postdoctoral pediatric psychology fellowship in adolescent medicine at Baylor College of Medicine and Texas Children's Hospital in Houston, Texas. Congratulations, Dr. Gonyer. Please come up to receive your certificate. Jacqueline Pebas is from the Clinical Psychology PhD program at Northern Illinois University. Jackie is immensely collegial and truly a team player. She engages fully with new experiences, and members of multidisciplinary teams note her engaged approach. She is enthusiastic and inquisitive, always wanting to learn more. Jackie is dependable in both her interpersonal and clinical interactions, and she truly cares deeply about her patients, wanting to help everyone with whom she interacts. Jackie is passionate about working with youth with anxiety and their families, providing evidence-based interventions to benefit the entire family. After graduation, she will begin a postdoctoral fellowship in pediatric psychology at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. Congratulations, Dr. Pebas. Please come up to receive your certificate. Now I will turn things over to Dr. Jennifer Lee.
So thank you all for joining us tonight as we celebrate our pediatric subspecialty fellowship graduates. It's with great admiration and pride that I'd like to introduce Dr. Nicole Wood. Dr. Wood attended medical school at Ross University School of Medicine in Dominica, then continued with her general psychiatry training at Richmond University Medical Center in Staten Island, New York. Since joining us 2 years ago for fellowship, she has been an outstanding fellow who has surpassed all expectations. Dr. Wood has demonstrated unwavering dedication and resilience throughout her fellowship. Despite a daily commute of over an hour, she has consistently displayed profound commitment to her patients, colleagues, and the field of child and adolescent psychiatry. Balancing the demands of fellowship and motherhood, Dr. Wood has also shown exceptional organizational skills, resilience, and the ability to excel under pressure. As the sole fellow in her class this year, Dr. Wood fearlessly embraced a research project under the guidance of a faculty mentor. Her remarkable independence and tenacity have resulted in a submission for publication, reflecting her brilliance, passion, and unwavering pursuit of excellence. Additionally, her stellar performance on in-training exams attests to her comprehensive knowledge and commitment to continuous growth. Dr. Wood's brilliance extends to her interactions with patients and families as well. Her calm and collaborative style has endeared her to patients, creating a therapeutic environment where trust and healing flourish. Her dedication to providing comprehensive care is evident in her pursuit of additional training and certification in sports psychiatry, having recognized the unique challenges faced by young athletes today. Tonight, we celebrate Dr. Wood's exceptional achievements and her recognition as the recipient of the Mohammed Shafi Award for Excellence. This award honors her commitment to clinical work, teaching, research, and the art of psychotherapy. Dr. Wood's accomplishments exemplify the highest standards of our field, inspiring us all. Dr. Wood, as you continue your journey, we applaud your remarkable achievements and express gratitude for the impact you've made on our program. Although we're sad to see you go, we wish you the very best as you take on the position of medical director at Baptist Health Medical Group, Behavioral Health Hamburg in Lexington, Kentucky. Once again, congratulations, Dr. Wood. I'd now like to invite Dr. Kate Potter to the stage to present the certificates for the PICU Fellows.
So we have two graduates tonight. We'll start with Michael Facciolo. You've already heard about his teaching and research accomplishments, and so I will tell you a short story about him. One day, as a second-year fellow, Michael went out to a referral hospital in a helicopter to pick up a sick patient with RSV who was on a ventilator, which is not a terribly uncommon scenario in our profession or for an ICU fellow. But he found himself in an extremely uncommon situation with a patient who was on such high support that they couldn't be transported. And so he became the calm center of a storm, helping to manage ECMO cannulation far from our medical home with staff that was inexperienced, as part of a program that at that time did not do ECMO transport, nor did we, so we thought, nor did we help cannulate at referral centers. He changed his mode of travel and he brought the patient safely home, where she eventually made a full recovery against some pretty long odds. He worked as the leader of that team to accomplish those things while providing reassurance to a scared family and to the also scared staff at the referral center and to some very high-strung ICU attendings back at home who were helping to coach him remotely. We're not usually high-strung or scared at all, so I'm sure that part of the story is the hardest part to buy. The text I got was, we sent Michael to cannulate someone for ECMO in Evansville, which I didn't pay any attention to because I assumed it was a joke because it came from Mark. Michael's depth of understanding of physiology, his skills at managing that crisis, and the compassion with which he approached the referral staff was striking. By the way, having a trainee with a psychology background is both wonderful and terrifying because they manage us in entirely too insightful of a manner. Michael is courageous. He is very smart. He has taught us so much about how to be better teachers and better coaches. He is kind, patient, and persistent. And the children of Nebraska are fortunate beyond measure that he will be caring for them. Congratulations. So you've also heard about Jana's research accomplishments, so I won't repeat those. There are many adjectives that describe Jana. The one that stands out to me is fearless, and that manifests itself in lots of different ways. Many ICU fellows, myself included, show up to training and they have a look about them, and that look is one of trying to stay calm, and usually you can tell that they aren't. But Jana never had that look. That fearlessness manifests itself in lots of different ways. She loves gas station hot dogs. She will ride a scooter to work instead of renting a car if hers doesn't work because she's also very frugal. And she may be one of the only fellows who, from the first day of her fellowship, would run towards the fire without waiting for a helper to go with her first. So one brief story about her. One night as a second-year fellow, we were on call together caring for an ECMO patient. Several days before, her co-fellow had started our ECMO transport program. The child was continuing to thrive in our care. The patient experienced an abrupt decline, which really doesn't happen all that frequently on ECMO, although we talk about the possibility of sudden declines a lot. Jana steps into the room, organized it in the middle of the PICU, started running the emergency, updated the cardiovascular surgeon who was on the wrong side of the hospital, fixing the problem for our respiratory patient. And she made a quick and accurate diagnosis of the problem and helped to solve the situation so that that child could go on to make their full recovery. Jana is very dry. She's sarcastic and has taught us how to be even more sarcastic, and that was some training that we did need. She is so smart, and she's able to manage even the most difficult families with ease. Her completely unflappable demeanor keeps everyone around her focused and calm, which is an invaluable trait in an ICU attending. Our hearts are full of gratitude that she chose to train with us at the University of Louisville. And again, the children of Indiana are so lucky that you will be out there caring for them. And we look forward to talking to you on the phone and seeing you in person because it's not too far to come for lunch. Congratulations. Dr. Graff.
Significantly. So I'm Danielle Graff. I'm with Pediatric Emergency Medicine. I don't even need a microphone. So we're in the dungeon and we never get to see a lot of you. So it's actually been really fun to see graduation, to see who we always talk to. I have 3 fellows that are graduating, and this class is really special to us. And it somewhat represents the end of an era. This was the last class that we ever interviewed in person. They moved here during the peak of the C word, which is COVID if you're confused. Thank you for tolerating all the ups and downs as we navigated the ever-changing environment. And thank you for trusting us, me and Joe, with your education. I'm not going to rehash your CVs, but I'm going to tell you about them as individuals in my brief 2 to 3 minute allotted time. So Julie. So Dr. Julie Clench It's been an adventure watching your journey unfold. I first met you as a medical student and was so delighted to see your name on the applicant list for fellows. During your 3 years, what I've learned about you is that you are brilliant. It shows in your clinical skills and your management. I wish you will always be confident because you have the knowledge to back it. You have resilience. Many curveballs and obstacles were thrown your way and you handled them head on and never gave up. It's a rare quality and one I hope you never lose. Your laugh is amazing and warms my, as some might say, cold heart. You're weird and I like it. During your fellowship, Julie's completed a master's in clinical science investigation as well as a track in ultrasound. Julie will be heading back to Indy for her ultrasound fellowship, and we know she will shine. Congratulations, Julie, and may your journey ahead be filled with boundless success and everlasting joy. So my next one is Dr. Samantha Lucretia. So it's been a journey. From the moment you arrived, it was evident that you possessed a special spark and a drive to accomplish remarkable things, and you've never disappointed me. What I've learned about you is that it's been a pleasure and a privilege to witness your unwavering determination and watching you flourish over the past 3 years, especially these past 12 months in the trauma bay and as a leader. Your confidence has propelled you to embrace challenges head on and surpass expectations at every turn. You've tackled numerous multi-center studies. You've managed to complete a study where you got to hang out with our therapy dog, AKA Dream Project. You never accepted the status quo, always asking me why. You've been to more weddings than I have friends total. You come during a pandemic and still learned more about Louisville than I ever have. And along the way, you found the love of your life, a testament to the joyous surprises life has in store wherever you go. In addition to completing her master's in clinical science, Sam also completed a rigorous research track. She's leaving us to move back to the beach at Johns Hopkins All Children's in St. Pete. Congratulations on your achievements, and may your future be filled with continued success. Soon. Other fun things that really. Which last but not least leaves me with Dr. Akwesi Pote. It has been with you an expedition. Starting slow and picking up very quickly. Keeping up with this adventurous theme, let me share what I've learned about this remarkable graduate. I remember when you arrived in Louisville for your interview, and you had a certain je ne sais quoi about you. However, when you began your fellowship, it took some time for that vibrant personality to fully emerge. I was getting this muted version of a person I'd come to know and appreciate. And I distinctly recall a meeting during your first year where I insisted on witnessing the 100% Akwesi effect, demanding your true self to shine. And ever since that moment, I've enjoyed every single interaction. From trying the foods you cook me, to following your classy Docktails Instagram, watching all of your travels, and smiling as you got your bartender's license and learned about your first tip during your first event. It's actually really fascinating. Let's go on. Who's gonna start off texting with girl? And who am I gonna respond with OMG, I know? It's been an honor to be part of your education. May you always be authentically you. Akwesi completed her master's in clinical science as well as her ultrasound track. She's moving back to Georgia, and I'm sure her family's excited to have her home. Congratulations, and may the expedition that lies ahead be filled with even more captivating experiences. I forgot to give them these. Also, I forgot to give you guys, and I'll hand them out. These are all of their pictures I take when they first start fellowships. This is Akwesi on day 1. Congratulations. Here's your poster. All the attendings and faculty. I'll bring this to you. Just so she doesn't. Dr. Suzanne Kingrey.
All right. All right, I'm ready this time. I wrote this on a plane back from Vegas last night, so we'll see how this goes. All right, Megan, we got it right. I'm a little more prepared this year. Last year, I couldn't read anything. Thank you. Because I had my eyes dilated and I was had a lot of blurry vision and I was tearful. And so I had to wing it. But with Megan, we got it right from the start. I first met Megan when she was a med student. She was actually interested in endocrinology, which got our attention right away. Not even our scary office with a steel door that resembled a prison door could deter her from us. We couldn't believe that we actually had somebody interested in our field. But Megan decided to leave us for residency and go to Medical College of Georgia, which is actually where I went to medical school. However, when applying for fellowship, Megan interviewed with us and she actually matched here again, and we brought Megan back home. Megan is not a complainer. She is the hardest worker I know. Despite starting in the middle of COVID, she never complained about the volume or complained about the workload. She only politely asked once when she was pregnant if we could take the elevator because we were all stair climbers. And I am certain that she's the only person I will ever say this to again. Pre-rounding is okay, but you don't need to pre-round. And please don't ever pre-round again. I've taught Megan all I know through all the years since she was a medical student, now through a fellow. And now she is going to be my colleague. Yep, Megan, we definitely got it right. Congratulations. And now I'll invite Victoria Statler up to the stage.
So for those of you, I think I know most people, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm Victoria Statler. I'm the Pediatric ID Program Director. And I was told I had 2 minutes, which is really not a lot of time for an ID doctor to speak. We can't do anything in 2 minutes. But I am delighted to present Dr. Katie Weekly's diploma and certificates. To understand Dr. Weekly's path to pediatric infectious diseases is to truly understand what it means to be passionate about something. Being a PEDS ID physician is clearly in her veins. As a first-year medical student, she rotated with us as a pediatric extern, and I am happy to say she hasn't looked back. Gary Marshall would like you all to think that he convinced her to go into ID, but I really think it was like a group effort. She excels as a clinician, leading our inpatient ID team with confidence and competence. She is bright and independent, efficient, yet meticulous. And we have seen her build rapport with some of the most difficult families and challenging families, and her patience and communication skills are inspiring. And she presents what are considered the best sign-out case conference PowerPoints of anyone in the division. And that is a challenging feat given her audience. What is truly inspiring is her desire to take on more and her unending curiosity. She loves ID so much that she wants to do all the projects, all the research, present all the cases, go to all the conferences, and she is always asking questions and seeking answers. She is completely independent when it comes to research, taking the reins of any project she works on and moving it forward. She already had 2 publications under her belt before she even started fellowship with us. Her fellowship did start in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, and I know that these years have not been without their challenges for all of us. But Dr. Weekly's curiosity led her to not 1, but 2 scholarly projects involving COVID-19 in children. I mean, we are ID doctors after all. And NCMG, you've already heard about one of her projects, but NCMG had one of the first pediatric long COVID clinics in the United States, and she completed an ambitious project looking at children with long COVID who had been referred to our clinic. And that work was presented at our national meeting ID Week and is being considered for publication currently. She is diligent, resilient, a clinical problem solver. She is approachable and a team player. And I cannot tell you the number of people who have approached me in the last several months asking what Dr. Weekly will be doing next year, as many people are hopeful that she will be staying with us. I'm happy to let you know, and I know I speak for our entire division when I say that Dr. Weekly has been a joy to have in our training program, and I'm excited that she will be joining us as faculty in August. Dr. Weekly. And next is Dr. Cindy Crabtree.
It's close. Good evening. I am Cindy Crabtree, the neonatal perinatal medicine program director, and tonight I have the pleasure of presenting 3 of our graduates with their diplomas, all while taking a few moments, which really won't be able to sum up how I feel about them, but in the sake of time and the fun afterwards, I'll keep it brief. This class will always have a special place in my heart and our APD, Amanda Ferris's heart, as they were with us through several transitions and really stepped up to help guide us as we transitioned into our roles as program director and associate director. The height of COVID rebound for us brought on a lot of volume and acuity that just hasn't stopped. And they stepped up early in training, performing well beyond expectations. To say I'm proud is an understatement. And just when they thought it was smooth sailing to the finish line, we experienced some connection issues, and I'll leave it at that. With added stress and another layer of work, who said we can't prepare you for anything? But this group is the perfect balance: brilliant, kind, funny, hardworking, and it's going to be really tough to see you go. I'll say a few words about all 3 of you and present you with your certificates. First up is Dr. Diane Buckley. I've known Diane since medical school, through residency, and now fellowship. I think the progression of Diane's development as a child was walk, talk, and realize she wanted to be a neonatologist. She is my devil in the detail fellow in the unit. And I must admit, I love all of her color-coded pens. It warms my heart. She uses for sign out. When we recently experienced said disruption in the system that allows access to view radiographs and other imaging studies, she followed the x-ray tech around the unit at 2 a.m, getting screenshots with the unit phone of all the morning films, proceeded to label those de-identified images with numbers, assign them to specific patients so that the day team could view those easily and make decisions on our babies before we figured out how we were going to do that. This is just one example that exemplifies one of her many attributes, and my favorite, which is that of dedication. She completed a research project utilizing bedside ultrasound for ET tube positioning, and amazingly, one of our subjects was as small as 380 grams. Being able to utilize ultrasound in babies this size will be a great advance for us. Her work was accepted for a poster at the AAP NCE this upcoming October. And Diane has accepted a job at the University of Kentucky. And I know she's going to be a huge asset there. Diane, I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to see all that you accomplish. Next up is Dr. Daniel Kahn. Daniel has always kept me on my toes, to say the least. He is constantly exploring what's evidence-based, why do we do what we do, and wanting to do better for our patients. We did have to have a strict conversation about protein administration upper limits, and I had to flex my program director muscle and decide it was not in the best interest of the program to allow him and Nat to do an Instagram takeover chronicling their mornings at the gym.
His fellow project was a quality improvement initiative centered around developing a hypoglycemia protocol and implementing that protocol. He presented his work at the Southern Association of Neonatologists this last month. Daniel and his wife Emily welcomed twins halfway through fellowship, which kept everyone in their house busy and running low on sleep, yet still Daniel never lost his ability to always support his co-fellows and work tirelessly in the unit. And I can't forget to mention proud big brother Memphis. Daniel, I have been most impressed by your personal growth and leadership skills that you have acquired during fellowship. Daniel has accepted a job in Chattanooga, Tennessee with a private practice maternal fetal medicine and neonatal group. I wish you and your sweet family best of luck, and I know you will do great things. Last but certainly not least is Dr. Carrie Moore. I had the pleasure of being Carrie's original faculty mentor before moving into the role of program director, and I remember being impressed with her clinical knowledge, her ability to remain calm under pressure, but what stood out most was her self-awareness and this innate desire to do better and be better. In these past 3 years, I've never heard her say a negative thing about someone or raise her voice, despite being in numerous high-stress situations. And speaking of situations, that calm and kind demeanor comes with a really, really dark cloud, the kind where you want to duck and take cover, and it makes her co-fellows hesitate to trade a call, as if the universe had already predetermined that the fate of the unit for the night was going to be rough. Her first few months of fellowship were quite memorable, and I recall attending after attending, commenting on how well she handled X, Y, or Z. You know you've made the big leagues when the nurses in the NICU start saying the same thing. Carrie's research project was a prospective pilot study evaluating the efficiency and feasibility of a pressure transducer device used in adults that we hope to be able to translate into PICC line insertions to differentiate arterial and venous placement. She had a platform presentation at SPR and PAS, and Carrie has accepted a position here at Norton Children's Hospital and University of Louisville. We're excited to have her join our team, and we can't wait to meet her +1 in August, and he will be very loved by us. Next up, I'll invite up Dr. Rebecca Starr.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Becca Starr, and I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Dominique Elmore up to the stage for graduating our Pediatric Ultrasound Fellowship. So Dr. Dominique Elmore is our first fellow in pediatric ultrasound at our fellowship through Norton Children's Hospital. Many of you know Dr. Elmore because she was up here last year graduating in our pediatric emergency medicine program. Since then, she has hit the ground running. So this is only a 1-year fellowship, and she's accomplished so much in that 1 year. We've been really proud of you. Dr. Dominique has done so much with teaching ultrasound. She's taught our ultrasound to residents in their resident elective, as well as teaching our current PEM fellows. She has gone to numerous conferences throughout this year to learn more about ultrasound and really get her feet wet into the field. In this February, we had the privilege of hosting a national conference at Norton Children's for pediatric emergency medicine fellows. And so she got to experience developing a conference, implementing the conference. She got to teach at the conference. So it was a really cool experience for her. She has performed numerous things kind of throughout the year as well as teaching. She does weekly scanning ultrasound shifts. So many of you have probably seen her around the hospital just with the machine, just scanning away, which she does with style because we have a pink shiny fanny pack that she wears that is stuffed with ultrasound gel and just towels and all the stuff that she needs. And so she definitely stands out with her ultrasound flair, as we like to call it. But she has just excelled. She's done over 500 scans that have been quality, improved. She has started an IV, ultrasound guided IV project in our emergency department, which we're super excited to continue. And then we're just so proud of you and your accomplishments. And I'm really proud to say that she is going to be continuing on here as a PEM attending and is going to be a member of our ultrasound team. So we're excited that you chose us and to grow our ultrasound program. So come up and get your award. I'd also like to mention that Dr. Dominique Elmore has the best shoes in the department as well. So, Dr. Owen, are you going to close us out?
This was a pretty accomplished group of graduates that we're extremely proud of, and I just got to find my remarks here. All right, I'd like to take just a minute to address our graduates as well. Earlier this week, someone in our office said to me, I just want to give a shout out to the fellows. They are so unbelievably kind and respectful. At first, I thought, well, maybe it's the free lunch that makes you all so nice. But then I realized she was touching on what gets me out of bed every morning to serve as your director of fellowships. Not only are you kind and respectful, but you are also grateful, collaborative, humble, enthusiastic, and the kind of people that I would allow to take care of my own daughter. I have thoroughly enjoyed sharing in your fellowship training, and I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments. I look forward to calling you colleagues, whether you are staying here in Louisville or moving halfway across the country. Know that we are unbelievably proud, know that you will be missed, and know that you will always have a home here in Louisville. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you again for attending our ceremony this evening. As you can see, we are incredibly proud of our graduates, and this celebration is well-deserved. We invite everyone in attendance to join us for drinks and desserts just next door beyond the curtains, which I assume will open up. And a big thank you to everyone who turned in to watch.
All my life been hustling and tonight is my appraisal. Cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders. So I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist. Yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, Ma, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies. Yeah, they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest. In a golden cathedral, I'll be praying for the faithless. And if you use boo, hey look, ma, I made it. Hey look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up places, places. If it's a dream, don't wait, don't wait. I said, hey look, ma, I made it, I made it. I said, hey look, ma, I made it. I see it, I want it, I take it, take it. If it's a dream, don't wait, don't wait. I said, hey look, ma, I made it. Let's believe it, mama, let's believe it. We must be dreaming, what a weekend dreaming. Mama, let's believe it, mama, let's believe it. We must be dreaming. Hey look, ma, I made it. Come on, let's go. Yeah, let's go. All right, okay. All right, okay. Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking. And this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all. Like chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT, it's hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back. This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back. This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Now, can I kick it? Thank you. Yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Time to go up, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer. Nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
And we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. So we put our hands up.
story. And all my people say,
Man, we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. Mama tried my teenage dreams. No, it's nothing wrong with me. The kids are all wrong. The stories are wrong. Heavy metal broke my heart. Come on, and let me in. Bruises on your thighs like my fingerprints. This is for to match the darkness that you felt. I never meant for you to feel so sad. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. I can't stop till the whole world knows my name. Cause I was only born in cause I am the opposite of amnesia. And you're a cherry blossom. You're about to bloom. You look so pretty, but you're gone. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. We've been here forever, and here's the chosen fruit. I could scream forever. We are the poison you. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries.
I'm waking up at the start of the end of the world, but it's feeling just like every other morning before. Now I wonder what my life is gonna mean when it's gone. The Cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started staring at the passengers waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about me all this time? But I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. We could turn 10 o'clock, but I don't really know. Yeah, I can't remember caring for an hour or so. Started crying and I couldn't stop myself. I started running, but there's nowhere to run to. I sat down on the street, took a look at myself. Said, where you going, man? You know the world is headed for hell. Say your goodbyes if you got someone you can say goodbye to. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come right now. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Yeah. Let's see how far we've come. It's gone, gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one in the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. Well, it's gone, gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one on the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Yeah, let's see how far we've come. 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 Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, fulfill the prophecy, be something great. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history, light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day, we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, something for oddities, stranger crusades. Ain't ever wannabes, waiting the novelties. Don't ever change, we wanted everything, wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh, stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Mama said, don't give up,
stop. It's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run. I was born for this. Whip, run me like a racehorse. Hold me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip. Word upon your lip. Rather that you rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes. That I feel being typical. Looking at my body feeling miserable. Always hanging on to the visual. I wanna be invisible. Looking at my years like a martyrdom. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough from the prodigal son. I was born to run. I was born for this. Whip, hold me like a racehorse. Hold me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip. Word upon your lip. Rather that you rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes, but critical, egotistical. Don't wanna be the parenthetical, hypothetical. Working onto something that I'm proud of. Out of the box, an epoxy to the world and the vision we've lost. I'm an apostrophe. I'm just a symbol to remind you that there's more to see. I'm just a product of the system of catastrophe. And yet a masterpiece, and yet I'm half diseased. And when I am deceased, at least I go down to the grave and die happily. Leave the body of my soul to be a part of me. I'll do what it takes. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes.
shining star. No matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be, what you can truly be. Giant size interview. Shining spotlight on you. Yeah, give your strength to carry on. Yeah, yeah, make your body big and strong. Yeah, all the control of the sun. Yeah, yeah, so now we can just begun. Yeah, all I heard is still alone. Yeah. They say now I got my own, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you find yourself in me, why don't you listen to his words of heat? Be a giant grain of sand. Yes, I can. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see what you can truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see what you can truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see what you can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, and the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know. Yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You can be the hero, you can get the gold. Break another cookie roll. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. You ever gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name. Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion in the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. The world's gonna know your name. And every other walks of the Hall of Fame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong hanging on your chest. You can be a hero, you can be the war, you can be a child you know you are. You can feel your chest up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a champion, go with the luck. Anything you're jumping, yeah, I can feel standing in the highway.
Good evening. If everyone could please take your seats, we'll get started in just a couple minutes. There are some seats on this side of the room and in the front row. All right. Good evening and welcome to the Department of Pediatrics Annual House Staff Award Ceremony and Graduation. My name is Sarah Moulter. I am the Pediatric Residency Program Director, and I will be your MC for this evening. I love this big graduation energy. I love it. I love it. This is the first graduation that we have fully had in person in a couple of years, and we are absolutely delighted to have so many people here to celebrate and honor our graduates this evening. For those of you all who could not be here this evening and are joining online, we welcome you as well. To get this ceremony started, I would like to invite Dr. Kim Bolin, the chair of the Department of Pediatrics, to make our opening remarks.
Good evening. It's good to see you all. So this is one of my favorite celebrations of the year. Welcome. And I hope you all have a great time tonight celebrating our graduates. First, I would like to thank the hospital, Norton Children's Hospital, for their continued support of our training programs. They have diligently, it's interesting, the Children's Hospital has actually supported the pediatric program at the University of Louisville since the first year any graduate medical education program of any kind in the country was accredited in 1927. And if you look at the ACGME website, you will see U of L Pediatrics accredited 1927. So thank you to the hospital and the university for their continued support. And that's going on 100 years. We might have to celebrate that year. So pretty cool. And I would like to introduce Dr. Mark McDonald, who's the Norton Children's Hospital Medical Director. He's here tonight, and thank you to him and his team for the support of our trainees. I also really would like to thank our faculty. They are amazing. And for those of you here or those of you watching, thank you for your tireless teaching and mentoring of our trainees. Your amazing commitment to education is one of the things that really makes our program stand out. I would also like to thank all of the staff who teach and support the residents and fellows. Your patience and collaboration are very much appreciated. And last, but most importantly, I want to thank the friends and families of our trainees for their unending support of these amazingly newly minted pediatricians. Please stand for applause. And if you are streaming this at home, give yourself a pat on the back for a job well done. So family and friends of graduates, please stand for a round of applause. So I have the dubious distinction of being the former program director for the residency. My role is very different now. My first year as a residency program director, Dr. Moulter, who's currently the program director, was my chief resident, one of my chiefs. So it's been a long time. No, I'm not saying anything about age or anything. But my role is very different. So I don't really have the honor of getting to know all of you as I once did. But I have had the pleasure of working with many of you on the wards. I'm a pediatric hospitalist around advocacy or as a mentor. And each class really has its own signature. And Dr. Moulter will definitely tell you more about that with tears, most likely. What I do know is that you are a loyal, fun, brilliant group of physicians who have had to be incredibly resilient as you went through X and Y schedule modifications, a pandemic, both COVID and RSV, a lot of construction, a mental health crisis, both ours and our patients. And just when you thought you were free and clear, we throw a cyber event in for you. So strong work, you've made it through. I think you've got a few more days, but mostly you're through. Thank you so much for your patience and your support, as well as your commitment to your patients and your own learning. What you can be most proud of is not only have you faced some adversity, but you've also thrived and grown during that time, and you can be proud of what you have accomplished. Thank you for sharing these last few years with us. I look forward to seeing the great things that you will do, and please stay in touch. I would like to, what am I doing now? I'm inviting KB. Come on up, KB. Come on.
Okay, so each year the graduating class presents an ancillary award to a person who has helped the pediatric residents throughout the year. This person could be an allied health professional, nurse, medical clerk, social worker, ward clerk, secretary, or any other associated support staff. Please join me in congratulating our winner this year, Silver Rainey. So unfortunately, Silver was not able to join us this evening, but we offer our sincerest thanks for all of her hard work and dedication to the care of our children at Norton Children's Hospital. Just on a personal note, I got to know Silver very well. She was one of the first people when I was a baby intern to call me Dr. Barlow, and I was just like, ah! But it gives you so much confidence and like really makes you feel like you really are in this position, and that, you know, have that responsibility. And I got to go to her wedding and we've become great friends. So proud of you. You deserve it. Love you, Silver. And I'd like to welcome Dr. Rainika Jain to the stage.
All right, so every year at graduation, the program residents vote on the top 10 faculty of the year. This particular attending was new to our team this year and has been an absolute delight since day one. He has just been a warmth, a big breath of warmth. He's caring, he's kind. We all just love him, if I'm being completely honest. So please welcome me in congratulating the recipient of this year's Clinical Professor of the Year Award, Dr. Min Young. Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Young. Okay. I would like to invite Dr. Amber Hussein forward to present the Division of the Year Award.
There are around 20 different divisions in the Department of Pediatrics, and each of them are instrumental in the education of a well-rounded general pediatrician. Each year, one division is honored by the graduating residents for their exceptional patient care and dedication to medical education. Please join me in congratulating your Division of the Year for the second year in a row, Pediatric Critical Care. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Megan Doyle forward to present the J. Scott Robinson Memorial Award.
So the Dr. Scott Robinson served as a resident at Cosera Children's Hospital during the period of July 2003 until his death in June 2004. His classmates, the graduates of 2006, created the Dr. J. Scott Robinson Memorial Award. This award is given to an individual that is an inspiration to the graduating class, as Scott has been for us. This person should possess attributes that endeared Scott to his fellow classmates. These should include compassion, dedication, perseverance, altruism, and true kindness. This person should exceed expectations in professional and personal matters in the residents' lives. To honor the recipient and to help Scott's desire to make an improvement in the lives of those less fortunate, the graduating class has collected a monetary contribution to be given to a charity in Scott's memory. This year is rather unique, though, in that the award is not going to a faculty member, but rather a resident. Former recipients include Dr. Natalie Henderson, Dr. Mary Sandquist, Dr. Sarah Molterer, Dr. Kim Boland, Dr. Andrea Krause, and Dr. Clint Schwank, to name just a small but outstanding few. And I can think of only one resident so deserving of these accolades. This year's winner is Dr. Kawanta Barlow. I would like to now invite Dr. Rose Hawkinsworth to present the Rookie of the Year Award.
Hi, everyone. So the graduating third-year residents vote on the Rookie of the Year Award to be given to an outstanding first-year resident. The recipient is someone who adheres to principles of hard work, teamwork, and has a keen interest in learning. The award winner also shows respect for hospital staff and to coworkers. Above all else, they demonstrate dedication to their colleagues and their patients. This year, I'm happy to present the Rookie of the Year Award to Dr. Rika Berra. It's a bat. So I don't think she's here tonight, but congratulations, Rika. I'd like to introduce Dr. Julia Sparks, wherever she might be.
The Compassionate Pediatrician Award was established to honor an outstanding senior resident who best embodies the principles and spirit of Dr. Billy Andrews. Dr. Andrews was a longtime chair of the Department of Pediatrics, finishing his tenure in 1993, but who continued to contribute to the department even in retirement. He passed away in March of 2019. Dr. Andrews was described by all who knew him as a role model for being a whole pediatrician who infused wisdom, enthusiasm, and spirit into faculty, residents, and patients. The winner of the Compassionate Pediatrician Award is voted on by the senior resident class, and this person should possess unique potential, leadership qualities, pleasant demeanor, and outstanding communication skills. This year's candidate surely exemplifies the spirit of Dr. Andrews. The winner of the Compassionate Pediatrician Award is Dr. Veronica Lee. This painting is your award. And Dr. Owen will come up to present the Academic Achievement Awards.
Good evening. My name is Erin Owen. I'm one of the Associate Program Directors here. And before I present the next award, I would like to say a few words to our graduates. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to hear my daughter deliver a commencement speech. Like many of you in the audience, I felt an enormous sense of pride. Mind you, she's 11. It was a 5th grade promotion ceremony, and I was sitting on the hard bleachers of her elementary school gym. But nonetheless, what struck me about her speech is how she invited her classmates on a trip down memory lane. So now I ask our graduates to do the same. Do you remember the first time you realized that medicine was right for you? Perhaps you come from a long line of healthcare workers. Maybe you were inspired by your 10th grade biology teacher, or maybe you had a family physician who took you under his or her wing. What about your preclinical time in medical school? Did you thrive drinking from the fire hydrant? Or did you wish away the days until you could finally put your clinical skills to use? Did you feel overwhelmed? Did you start to question every decision you had ever made? No? Maybe that was just me. What about the clinical years of medical school when most of you decided on pediatrics? Was it when you followed the baby instead of the mom during your OB rotation? Or was it when you figured out that children were not just little adults, but rather patients that are fun to engage with, that we have the opportunity to impact for years to come? What memories do you have about intern orientation? Okay, so maybe not a whole lot since everything was virtual for your class, but hey, at least you finally got your class picture. Did you think you'd be popular? Did you think you'd be making friends for life? Were you feeling like an imposter and then maybe a mistake had been made? Or did you finally feel like you were on exactly the right path? How about intern year with its vertical learning curve? Did you believe you would ever be able to pre-round, sign off all of your notes before midnight and figure out how to get to the cafeteria? At the beginning of second year, did you worry about your ability to be an upper level or if the PICU was really as scary as everyone said it would be? What were you doing when you realized your ultimate career goal? Did it hit you all of a sudden, or was it a slow, methodical decision, carefully weighing all the options? Now at the end of residency, what are your memories? How excited you were to match into a great fellowship program, how you signed a contract for your first real job. Will you remember the national presentation that you gave or the trip that you took to an underserved country? Will you remember a certain patient, nurse, or physician that made a strong impression on you? Finally, many years from now, I hope you remember tonight. I hope you remember this sense of pride and personal accomplishment. I hope you remember being surrounded by friends and family that have supported you through your hopes and dreams and your trials and tribulations. I hope you remember the lifelong colleagues and friends you have made during your time here in Louisville. I hope you remember how ready you are for the next step in your career and journey. And I hope you remember how much you'll be missed. I wish you nothing but the best. And now on to the awards. Each year, all of the pediatric residents take a 3-hour in-training exam administered by the American Board of Pediatrics. This examination gives some measure of a resident's knowledge in pediatrics and predicts performance on the American Board of Pediatrics certification examination. It is a great pleasure to acknowledge those residents who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement on the 2022 in-training exam. For our first year class, it's Dr. Kyle McQuaid. For the second year in a row, for the second year class, it's Dr. Dylan Vish. And I think like everybody already predicted that back there. And for our third year class, it's Dr. Megan Lloyd. I would now like to invite Dr. Adam Patterson, one of our other associate program directors, to the stage to introduce our division awards and begin the presentation of our track certificates.
Hello, everyone. As Dr. Owen said, I'm Adam Patterson. I'm one of the other associate program directors. Where's the script here? So I am excited to be able to start and introduce our division awards and begin that presentation with the track certificates. We did something a little bit different this year, and we're really excited about it. We really hopefully will surprise a lot of residents, either from you in the audience, and we'll show you how we surprised our residents before the division awards. So we're gonna show our video to start, and then I'll come up with a couple other comments after this.
People just like you win thousands, win millions out of the blue. Miracles can happen for you. Holy cow! Publishers Clearinghouse, the house where dreams come true.
Congratulations!
You've won the Forensic Medicine Award this year.
Oh my gosh!
Congratulations! Thank you.
Oh, I'm such a nice. I'm like,
This is for your dedication to vulnerable children in Kentucky. We appreciate you
so much. Oh, that's so sweet.
All right, so here's what's going on.
All right.
We're gonna run a trauma
alert with Ben Livers. He has no idea what's going on. He thinks this is a rite of passage, really difficult. So we're going to see what happens. So we're going to pretend like the radio's going off. It's a rollover in VA, and he's going to be our primary assessor. We're going to see what happens. We're going to take the stretcher in and just snap back his head.
And we are pulling up to your driveway right now. So they're literally like, you don't have time to get everybody because they're literally rolling in as we speak. So, take it away. This is your patient. Here they come.
All right, we need help in here.
All right. All right. So, do you have any more history, anything like that? Can we get them? First off, get a set of vials hooked up to a monitor. Do you mind hooking them up to a monitor? Do I know anything about what they're doing other than?
They're under the blanket.
Hooray! I was so excited.
Ben, you have been voted the Excellence in PEM Award for our seniors this year, and we would like to congratulate you for all of your hard work and thank you for everything you've been doing for us for the past 3 years. And we're so excited for you to continue to work with us as a fellow.
Let's get some pictures with the giant
I was
check.
Very well done.
Great job.
Don't do that in here.
Woo! Claire Maddie, you won the Critical Care Award! Woo! Yay! Claire, really? This is the best award. Honestly, it comes complete with your own central line kit! Oh your own HD line! Woo! Your own A-line kit! And why not throw in the swan cans? Woo! And you get a home ventilator delivered to you.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Wow, thank
We're
you.
so happy for you. We can't wait for your ICU career.
Thank you so much.
So excited for you.
Yay!
All the defibrillators for life.
All the defibrillators. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Critical Care. Love you all. Thank you. Happy something. Oh. Oh.
Dr. Aldridge, on behalf of all of us here at the Novak, sorry. Congratulations on being our continuity resident of the year at Novak.
This is awesome.
Got her.
Thank you, guys.
You have a.
You got me. I thought I was just coming here for paperwork.
Did you get to keep this?
Very
This is your check.
What? Oh, so this offboarding thing was a lie. Well, I'm glad.
Sorry, but You're in so much trouble. Silly street.
There's balloons and crowns, obviously, because this is clinic. And flowers. Yeah, just in here. I have everything printed for you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Congratulations.
So much.
Congratulations for the best resident in Hemong. Thank you.
These are so
fun to carry. Yeah, it's unfortunately not recreational. Oh, thank you. I don't have this one, I don't think. Thank you. Oh, hey, friend. How's it going? Good. I lied. I don't have paperwork for you. Oh, no. You actually are the winner of the Child Neurology Award for graduation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Here. Nice. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so we're doing it different this year. So we're doing a clearinghouse thing where we're just surprising people and telling them that they want to award.
Oh, yeah.
And
Lovely.
So,
Yeah. Great.
yeah. So you were voted on by our faculty and our residents based on how you do clinically taking care of child neuro patients. But also, I personally think all the work you done on the QI project was pretty awesome. And you did a great presentation yesterday. So congratulations.
Thanks. Great. Cool.
Yeah. So
Very well deserved. So, yay.
sorry to scare you.
Oh my God. I was like, wait, Megan's here, but then I see Dr. Barton and I see Dakota.
And I assume making a calendar invite is super. Yeah. You basically click on the day.
You're clapping for yourself.
Oh, I am? I thought it was for them. Oh, Thank you.
You have won the Forensic Medicine Award.
What? I
this
did?
year.
Good
for
job.
your
No
outstanding
way.
performance and your dedication to vulnerable children. So we appreciate you.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Can I hug everyone?
Congrats, Ryan.
Oh,
I
did. Thank you.
Hugs for everybody.
That's really cute. So. This is really nice.
Laura Mims, you are our winner of the ID Group Award. Because I don't think we've had somebody since Katie do the rotation twice.
Aw.
So,
Well, thank you.
Yes,
This is
yes.
so sweet. Why am I just?
You've done a fabulous job, both clinically and in our QI group. You've done
Well, thank you.
Thank you for all your hard work and congratulations.
Helps you in your heme.
Oh my goodness, this will be perfect. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Anything at PSR.
Mark, just back from conference. Do you have time now? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look like you were.
I don't want to call me Edie right now. Thank you. In a little bit.
Well, hey, thanks for. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, you know me. You know, I'm not really one for a lot of fanfare or excitement or frankly anything interesting. But we have this award that our community gives to graduating residents, the Excellence in Pediatric Hospital Medicine Award, that we give to a graduate for like being good at stuff. And congrats. And we have a plaque that I want to get on shelf. You.
What plaque?
Did you stick? This is awkward. Did you put it on?
You told me to put it in the office.
All right. Well, welcome to your soon-to-be new office. Once you grab it, it's over with the monkey. Grab it and bring it on out here, and we'll refilm it. Congratulations.
I forgot I have a real one.
What
an honor.
For being absolutely fantastic on the boards for all of us. We are so excited to have you join us.
I'm excited to stay.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Hi, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Do you have any Thin Mints? Not again.
Have you seen my ball?
Why is there a dog?
Who let the dogs out?
Surprise him. He's gonna be so surprised. Okay. Ready? Yeah, ready.
All right, last time.
Surprise!
Need more cowbell?
Maybe. Just give it to someone else. Like, he's got an allergy. It's not fair.
Awesome. Thanks for all those videos. I would now like to invite Dr. Scott Duncan to come up to present the Division Award for Neonatology.
Yeah, how anticlimactic this is going to be after that. Dr. Bolin hit it best when she used the term resilience. You guys have been the most resilient things ever, from COVID to cyber events, right? So cyber event occurred and there was communication issues between OME and neonatology. Unfortunately, I am not up here to award the Powerball winner or Mega Millions, but if you got the number, I'll take it. Or do I even get Publishers Clearinghouse? I am, however, here to award the David H. Adamkin Award in Neonatology. Dr. Adamkin served nearly 40 years in the University of Louisville system as a clinician, an educator, a researcher, and a mentor. And each year we award one of the graduating residents from this year who has excelled in neonatology across the last 3 years. So this year we'd like to give this award to Juan Gallegos. By the way, Dr. Grill, the bubbles was a nice touch.
All right, thank you so much. And then I'd like to invite Dr. Wright up for the Cardiology Award.
I had no idea I should have brought silly string tonight. I'm sorry about that. I just did not know. Well, thank you, and thank you very much for the introduction. It's my honor tonight to present the Joshua D. Sparks Award in Pediatric Cardiology, and this is the first year for this award. This award is given to honor our colleague in pediatric cardiology, Josh Sparks. Dr. Sparks serves as an esteemed faculty member in the University of Louisville Division of Pediatric Cardiology from 2012 to 2022, where he served as the medical director of our heart failure and transplant program, as well as the medical director of our cardiopulmonary laboratory. He currently serves as a gratis faculty within the Department of Pediatrics. A native of Eastern Kentucky, he attended Morehead State University, where he majored in music. And then he graduated from the University of Louisville Pediatric School of Medicine, subsequently followed by a pediatric residency here at U of L. Perhaps fortuitously, he was the recipient of this award in his final year as a graduating resident. He then completed a 3-year fellowship in pediatric cardiology at Washington University in St. Louis, and then joined us as a general cardiologist and junior faculty member initially. He joined our division at a particularly vulnerable time for our pediatric heart transplant program, which had seen the recent departure of program leadership, resultant low transplant volumes, and at a particularly vulnerable time where our program was at risk. Seeing that need, and with the support of the department, He left Louisville, moved his entire family back to St. Louis while continuing to support our program remotely, to spend another year in St. Louis at Washington University to study pediatric heart transplantation so that he could return and transform and lead our heart failure and transplant program. During his tenure as medical director of these programs and under his leadership, he stood up our transplant program and led the region in transplant volume and outcomes prior to his departure. I truly believe that the strength of our current program is in due large part to Dr. Sparks' passion, drive, and leadership. On a personal level, to know Josh is to love Josh, and without question, he is a friend to everyone who knows him. But what we are honoring today with this award are the qualities that make him an exemplary pediatric cardiologist. Dr. Sparks has an unrelenting passion for all things cardiology. His eagerness to learn has never wavered despite his rigorous training and a breadth of clinical experience. He approaches each patient encounter with the utmost respect for the patient, dedication to high-quality patient care, and desire to achieve good outcomes. His natural intellectual curiosity is never quieted and is one of the qualities that makes him stand tall in a sea of colleagues. He is respectful to those colleagues and helps all of us around him be better clinicians too. Through his continuous quest for professional growth, Dr. Sparks is a true leader in the field of pediatric cardiology and is exactly the type of physician that an aspiring pediatric cardiologist should strive to be. The Joshua D. Sparks Award in Pediatric Cardiology is given to an upper-level pediatric resident that best demonstrates the same qualities that make Dr. Sparks an exemplary pediatric cardiologist: passion for pediatric cardiology, eagerness to learn, intellectual curiosity, dedication to high-quality patient care, continuous quest for professional growth. It is my honor to present this year's award to Andrew Van Hirsch. I'd now like to invite Dr. Pattison back to the podium to present the next awards.
Okay. Thanks so much, Dr. Wright. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for helping with those videos. I hope that everybody in the audience that doesn't know our program or has just heard about it from from the residents, they can see the passion that we have, but also the ability to make it lighthearted and fun, because that's what makes this program. Hopefully the next couple of minutes are going to bring that for you as well. So before I introduce our track certificates, I wanted to say a few words. And every year I start my speech off in the exact same way. I show the napkin that I scribbled my notes on because that's how I do things. Just because I like to bounce things off the wall and see what happens. But so this year I planned it out a little bit more. I actually wrote down my speech, but I still have my notes on my napkin. Number 1, don't steal Dr. Molter's jokes. Number 2, stay focused. And number 3, cut down on the crazy hand motions. I take great feedback, I think, from you guys. So I'll try to keep that at bay. So tonight I have the honor of introducing our track system and begin the presentation of certificates for our highly accomplished group of residents. Our residency program has 4 tracks: the advocacy track led by Dr. Anderson, global health by Dr. Williams, research track by Dr. Hart, and my group in medical education. For those that don't know or haven't don't have a resident involved in that, these robust, high expectations, above and beyond standard residency expectations. So residents will complete scholarly activity in the area of interest, attend extra didactic sessions, create educational sessions, travel abroad, pursue grants, and present end-of-the-year portfolio presentations to the department. These residents have exemplified a commitment to the practice of medicine, to their communities and learners, and to their own growth. And we are very proud of their amazing accomplishments. Speaking to my track to start, as you'll hear from the rest of the leaders in a little bit, and speaking to the medical education in the room, I want you to think for a minute about milestones. Crickets, residents, yeah, you're done hearing about that from me, right? Well, this is a big one, right? graduation, a big milestone. Congratulations, you did it, you're competent. This is just the starting line, guys. It's not a milestone, it's a beginning. And I wanna make sure that you know that it's the start of your professional journey. Speaking of that, I'm gonna stay on track for a minute and just make sure you all know that there's never a bad time to bring up mentoring. So it's always said that the value in mentorship program is there's as much value for the mentor as the mentee. And I think that's the biggest point I want to bring here is that your class has really showed me how true this is. It's an honor to have been able to help mentor you throughout your journey. And I've learned so much in the past 3 years. And most importantly, I've learned it from you. So while residency is over, I want to offer some encouragement for your next steps. Find your next track mates, your team, a group you can grow with. Lean on them and learn together. And invite new people in to hear their big ideas. For me, my track mates, Doctors Batty, Hillman, and Newton, you've made me better over the past several years. We wouldn't be where we are without your hard work, your growth mindset, and dedication. I'm so proud of you all. So as you progress forward, make sure you look back every once in a while and keep in touch. So to close these statements, I just want to extend my gratitude to your class for the lasting impressions you've made on our program. And thanks for putting up with my crazy ideas and keeping me on track. I hope you had some fun and learned something along the way.
Bingo!
Thanks, Ben. Honorary certificate right there. Thanks, everyone. I want to thank Doctors Batty, Hillman, and Newton. If you all want to come up and grab your certificates. I would now like to introduce Dr. Jackson Williams, who's going to come up to talk about global health.
Hello, everyone. As you all can imagine, conducting and having a global health track during a pandemic when no one could travel presented particular challenges over the last few years. I'm thrilled that we had 3 residents who are graduating tonight who were willing participants. They were so flexible, so adaptable to all the challenges that were thrown our way. Not only were we not even sure if we were going to get to travel internationally this year until probably a month before we left, but there were all kinds of new paperwork, hoops we had to jump through, and these residents went through this without complaint or question. And we've had a 13-year partnership between University of Louisville and Tamale Teaching Hospital in Ghana, but no trips had gone in 3 years. And so it was really important that this first trip we took with this group of 3 residents went well. In addition, we're in the process of joining what's probably the preeminent global health academic collaborative group working internationally. And so this trip was particularly important that we have a good impression and that we're able to move those things forward. So these 3 residents are all incredible doctors. The other thing you learn in global health, you really get to know your residents when you're working together, rounding in for 3 hours in 90-degree heat, sweating, and some of us getting some GI ailments along the way as well too. So anyways, but these 3 residents are all incredible physicians, and much more importantly, they're all amazing human beings. And I'm really pleased that they are all graduating with distinction in global health. So Kendall Smith, Rose Hawkins, and Pat O'Donnell, if you'll please join me on the stage. Thank you. Congratulations. Yeah, yeah.
Hello. I'm going to talk about the advocacy track right now, my favorite thing, as everybody knows. Residents who are interested in incorporating significant advocacy into their careers are invited at the end of intern year to apply for the advocacy track. This rigorous experience involves workshops on a variety of topics, from media training to community engagement, in addition to successful completion of an advocacy scholarly project. They are expected to take on leadership roles, honing advocacy skills at the patient, community, and policy levels. They presented their advocacy portfolios, including their plans for advocacy in the future, to the department last month. Not only did these two graduates meet all the requirements of pediatrics residencies, but they put an incredible effort above and beyond for this track, and it paid off. Their advocacy projects directly impacted patients. Their leadership brought pediatric expertise to the state legislature. Their work will directly impact our department, faculty, trainees, and patients for years to come. I am so honored to have worked with you both. Congratulations, Dr. Juan Gallegos and Dr. Amber Hussein. I don't like to give up the stage. I'm going to keep going. Every year, the Kentucky chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics presents a resident advocacy award to the graduating residents who have been most engaged in advocacy activities promoting child health on a local, state, regional, and national level. Though many graduating residents were actively engaged in advocacy activities that made a difference for kids, there were two who stood out from this distinguished group. They were co-presidents of PUSH, our resident-led advocacy group, which is a very big job, over and above all the other demands of residency. This included planning speakers, executing, not virtual this time, Children's Week at the Capitol, organizing Tri-Resident Cup, and community activities. It was so fun to learn with you both through this experience and watch as you inspired others. Their leadership not only made a difference in the lives of children in our community, but taught us all. I consider myself lucky to have worked with these physician leaders, and I learned so much from you. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to present the Kentucky chapter of the AAP Award to Drs. Kawanta Barlow and Dr. Juan Gallegos. I will next invite Dr. Hart forward to present the research track certificates and scholarly project awards.
Here we go. Hello, everyone. Thanks you again so much to our graduates and their families for joining us, as well as our faculty who are here this evening and watching virtually from home. As Britt said, my name is Becca Hart, and I am the Director of Scholarly Activity for our program. And I have the honor this evening of recognizing our graduates who have completed our distinction track in research, as well as giving the awards, as they mentioned, for outstanding achievements in scholarly activity. Before I get to that, however, I too get to have a moment to speak to you guys directly for just a second. And I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates. This is only my second year as an associate program director, and this class has truly made this experience incredibly special. At the annual program review that we had a few weeks ago, I told you guys and shared with you that really the best part of my job is getting to teach and share in your lives and watch you grow over the course of your training. I truly feel privileged to have been gifted with the opportunity to watch you guys progress from nervous interns to the competent, confident, and compassionate pediatricians that you are. I remember seeing the concern in your eyes, as well as hearing it from a lot of people, too many people, that as rising second years coming out of a year of COVID volumes, that you would have no idea how to manage bronchiolitis. And knowing even then that no matter what anybody said, you guys were already leaders who would guide your students, interns, and co-residents through whatever came next. Boy, did you ever, as we hit the ground running almost as soon as you became upper levels. And I'm not sure that many classes have had to demonstrate the grit and, yes, I know it's a buzzword, resilience that I have seen from you guys as you navigated the toughest winter I've ever seen in September and October of this past year. I want to thank you for your openness and your vulnerability in difficult times, for always watching out for each other and your fellow residents, for your choices again and again and again to rise above the challenges that you faced and proactively work to improve not only the workplace, but the world around you. When everything seems like a dumpster fire, it is not easy to find the bright side or to look for a positive solution. But again and again, I have worked with you guys and seen you come to the table with your ideas to tackle whatever the situation is head on, even if you maybe got 11 Vocera calls and 3 wellness texts in the process. I am so grateful for your advocacy on behalf of your patients, your friends, and your teammates, as well as our community. Our hospital and city are truly better off because of you guys and the things that you have done over the last 3 years. I've seen your tireless efforts to address food insecurity, to promote safe sleep habits, to address racism and inequity, and to create and innovate in education, as well as constantly speaking up for the kids that you serve. I am better off for the opportunity to have learned with you and from you, and I want to thank you for letting me join you on this wild ride. Thankfully, residency is not real life. I hope that as you leave us and move on into these careers that you're about to embark on, that you stay as open to new opportunities and experiences as you have these last 3 years, that the friendships that you have made will remain lifelong, and that you continue to grow as the fierce and passionate leaders, advocates, researchers, and educators that you already are. Mostly though, I hope you know how ready you are for this next phase, and that even if you get nervous or you're not sure what to do in the future, you always have a home here, and you can always give 7225 a ring if you need a little bit of advice. Now, apparently I do have some awards to hand out. For our audience members, you may have guessed based on everything that everyone has said already tonight that our residents have a lot on their plates and still somehow manage to take on even more. In addition to juggling a record-breaking onslaught of flu and RSV admissions, clinic patients, board study, and probably some real-life stuff somewhere in there, all of our residents are required to complete a scholarly activity or research project over the course of their 3 years of training. This takes significant time, effort, and energy outside of their day-to-day work, and it is not easy to complete any research project in just a short 3-year span, let alone when you're also trying to work all day in the wards or the PICU. As you'll hear shortly, not only have our residents done these projects, but so many of them have completed work that has been presented at national, regional meetings, has been published in journals, and has contributed to the body of knowledge that changes how we care for patients, both here and across the country and the world. I am consistently, every single year, blown away by the quality of the work that they produce, and this is absolutely no exception. Some of our residents take this even further and elect to participate in our distinction track in research, which allows residents to take a deeper dive into the process of scholarship, to learn the ins and outs of the thrilling world of statistics and research methods, and to develop and lead a robust research project along with their mentorship team. These residents participate in monthly seminars, present semi-annual work in progress presentations, and culminate with a departmental review and presentation of their work. Our 4 graduating members this year have gone above and beyond, just as all of our track members and really all of our other graduates have as well. Each of them have presented at least one national meeting and have made a massive impact in their respective fields. This has been a very special group. You guys have overcome so many hurdles. I know we keep saying it over and over again, but the challenges in the form of the pandemic, our IT issues, IRB difficulties and changes that we've undergone have made it very challenging for people to produce this kind of work. And yet here we are with some really, really impressive results. So please join me in congratulating our 4 graduates in the distinction track in research this year. We have Ryan Connard, Veronica Lee, Laura Mims, and Andrew Van Hirsch. All right, finally, as part of our end of the year festivities, each year, all of our graduates present their scholarly activity work to the department, which was just held this week. And we actually have a panel of judges at those awards and get to award prizes for most outstanding research in 2 categories. We have original research and then a category for quality improvement, educational research, and other projects. I'd like to thank our faculty mentors who have been instrumental in helping all of our residents through this process over the last 3 years, as well as our judges for helping us determine the winners in what ultimately came down to an incredibly difficult decision. And all of you should be so, so proud of your achievements in this area. However, unfortunately, I can only award 3 total prizes. So in each category, we will have an honorable mention, which I'll announce, and then our award winners could please come up to receive their certificates. For original research, our honorable mention goes to Dr. Laura Mims for her work on establishment of prognostic immune signatures in neuroblastoma. And first prize for original research goes to Dr. Ryan Connard. Ryan has not only completed his primary research project, assessment of family planning residents in transgender youth in an urban multidisciplinary gender clinic, but has also presented this work at the Endocrine Society meeting, as well as having multiple other projects that he did throughout his training as well. Congratulations to Ryan. All right. And then for the category of quality improvement, educational research, and case reports or systematic reviews, we have first and second place because we have lots of residents who participate in these types of research. Again, I have honorable mentions and then our prize winners. Honorable mentions go to Dr. Amelia Balderston, and Dr. Kawanta Barlow. Second place goes to Dr. Megan Lloyd for her project, The Impact of Reading on Pediatric Patients and Their Caregivers in the Intensive Care Unit, a scoping review. And first place goes to Dr. Juan Gallegos for his project, Implementing an Inpatient Postpartum Depression Screening and Community Referral Program in Mothers of Infants with Prenatally Diagnosed Congenital Heart Defects and Prolonged Hospitalizations. All right, I would now like to invite up Dr. Boland back to the stage to present our Chair's Achievement Awards.
Hello. So the Chair Achievement Award is given to individuals in recognition of scholarly work performed during their residency that was accepted for either publication in a peer-reviewed journal or presentation at a national or regional conference. There are 3 levels of this award. The first is the Chair's Achievement Award, and this is given to graduates with 1 presentation or publication. Please join me in congratulating the following residents for this achievement. Dr. Colleen Allen, Dr. Claire Batty, we can hold the applause till the end. Isn't that what they say at the Oscars or something? Dr. Maggie Chang, Dr. Juan Gallegos, Dr. Kelly Hillman, Dr. Amber Hussein, Dr. Veronica Lee, Dr. Laura Mims, Dr. Ryan Mumma, and Dr. Andrew Van Hirsch. Would y'all come up? Come on up. Okay. The next level of this award goes to graduates who have had 2 presentations or publications. Our Chair's Achievement Award with honors goes to Dr. Noelle Conley Hamlin and Dr. Kendall Smith. And the Chair's Achievement Awards with highest honors is presented to graduates with 3 or more presentations or publications. This year's recipients are Dr. Justin Chu, Dr. Ryan Connard, and Dr. Paul Gong and Dr. Jamie Shoup, who are 2 of our child neurology graduates. Yes, we're in the back. All right, so that's a lot of accomplishments for our residents. So let's give them another hand for all their scholarly work. So our next award is the Robert G. Sperling Memorial Award. This award was established in 1967 in memory of Dr. Robert J. Sperling's outstanding contributions and dedication to his patients and his underlying commitment to the field of medicine. The Sperling Award is presented annually to an outstanding senior resident in the pediatric or combined medicine pediatric training program. The recipient of this award is a house officer who has demonstrated compassion, care, and understanding of his or her patients. The award consists of an engraved plaque and a monetary prize. This award is voted on by the entirety of our full-time faculty in the Department of Pediatrics. That is 216 faculty members as of today. So that's a big deal. This year, that recipient is Dr. Rose Hawkins. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Sarah Multer back to the stage to continue our ceremony with the presentation of certificates.
So our first graduate honorees tonight are our child neurology residents. Child neurology residents complete a 5-year program in which they spend 2 years with general pediatrics, 1 year in adult neurology, and then return to us in the Children's Hospital finally for 2 years of child neurology in an advanced resident role. Our child neurology graduates tonight, Dr. Jamie Shoup and Dr. Paul Gong, have been in our program since they were medical students. They are kind, patient, thoughtful, and will be incredible child neurologists. Jamie will be staying here at the University of Louisville for an epilepsy fellowship with a special interest in research and working with patients with autism. And we are thrilled to continue to work with him. Paul will be pursuing a headache medicine fellowship at the University of Cincinnati. Neither Paul nor Jamie could be here this evening, but we would still like to congratulate them and wish them the best as they move on to their next endeavors. Next, we have our pediatric chief residents. These are physicians who have graduated from our pediatric program and are chosen to continue working with us in the Office of Medical Education for 1 year following residency. They play a critical role in nearly every aspect of our program. Now, I know that we have a lot of parents who are here with us in the audience tonight, and you probably remember a lot of really great days as a parent where you could encourage independence, have meaningful conversations, teach life lessons. You got to be a role model, be there for your children in hard times, help them solve problems. And in those moments, being a parent felt like the best thing that you've ever done. And being a chief resident is a lot like that. You probably remember other times in your parenting journey where you had to enforce rules, provide structure, set boundaries, say no. And suddenly that same person you were having that mature conversation with is stomping to their room, slamming the door, and screaming that they hate you. And being a chief resident is a lot like that too. Our chiefs manage an incredibly complex and chaotic environment. They are thrown curveball after curveball, and that's on a good day when things are going smoothly. Throw in a pandemic, viral respiratory surges, bed shortages, not 1, not 2, but 3 actually, large network outages. And this year in particular has had a number of really unique challenges. Through it all, Caitlin and Megan have stayed calm, poised, steady. Being a chief resident is really a thankless job. Very few people ever know just how much they are doing for the program, for our residents, and how many balls they are juggling at any given time. They never ask for attention, accolades, or recognition. They do when it needs to be done, even when it's hard. As the year comes to a close, the good news is that much like parenting with all of the ups and downs, the experience is worth it. Megan and Caitlin, you can leave our program knowing that you have made an impact on the amazing people that are graduating here tonight. Megan will be pursuing general pediatrics at the Healthy Kids Clinic in Danville, Kentucky. Caitlin will be pursuing internal medicine and pediatrics hospitalist position at The Ohio State University and Nationwide Children's Hospital. Congratulations. Next, for our graduates, one of the disadvantages of being the last person to stand up here is I'll sound a little bit like a broken record. I think a lot of people have already highlighted some of the amazing characteristics of our graduates tonight. I'll sound a little bit like a broken record. One of our traditions in our program is that our graduating residents perform a roast. This year, our graduating class had a gaming theme using bingo, Jeopardy, Family Feud, even Candyland to poke fun at various people and circumstances around the hospital. And I was really inspired. I actually found that theme was so appropriate for this group of graduates, not just because game nights and Dungeons and Dragons are a thing that they did together, but also because it turns out there are a lot of theories about all of the life lessons that you learn from playing collaborative games like D&D, from board games, even video games. And it also turns out that a lot of those lessons are very similar to the things that you learn in residency. And some of the characteristics that might make a game night participant someone that you always want on your team are really representative of the strengths of this graduating class and the things that make them special. So game theory tells us that when you're playing in a collaborative game, you have a team that is united by a common goal. You have to quickly adjust to your environment, get to know your co-participants in a short time. You learn their motivations, skills, strengths, and adjust to your role on the team. It's kind of like starting residency in a pandemic. That's only the 12th time we've talked about that tonight. But you don't get your welcome picnic or your potluck or your group picture. Your face is halfway covered, and you had to find other ways to connect. You formed a tight bond with each other that will remain even after your time here is over. Gaming teaches you resilience. 6th time somebody said that word. I actually have been counting. If you aren't initially successful, you take a deep breath, you change your strategy, try again. When facing a new challenge, you might have to adjust on the fly, be flexible, figure things out as you go along. Like ending residency in a network shutdown, where the technology that was so advantageous for us before suddenly doesn't work at all. And you have to continue to figure out how to take great care of your patients when the logistical foundation of how we do that every day doesn't function. There are many types of games where winning often means that you save the day, the princess. And that motivation, enthusiasm, mission-driven energy often brings out the best version of ourselves. Your passion, your mission-driven energy has elevated our efforts around diversity, equity, and inclusion. You've created new programs and pathways in medical education. You focused on advocacy in our community, and you fostered some of that same passion even in our medical students. You're truly leaving our program better than when you found it. Notorious crier. Now, eventually that game has to come to an end. Unlike many traditional games, residency, there aren't necessarily winners or losers, except for me, crying again. You've made it through the licorice forest. You have defeated the villain, saved the princess. We'll worry about Final Jeopardy later. You've accomplished this incredible outcome together. I can speak for all of our faculty. We're incredibly proud of what you've accomplished, and we can't wait to see what you do next. Congratulations. So I'm going to honor our graduates. As you call your name, come forward to get your certificate. You can applaud and clap as often as you like. So we are going to start with Dr. Lucy Aldridge. Dr. Aldridge will be continuing on with us as a Richard S. Wolf Chief Resident and Lecturer here at the University of Louisville. Lucy is also the recipient of the Continuity Practice Award for the Novak Center, a member of our Resident Leadership Council. Next, we have Dr. Colleen Allen, who will be joining a private practice at Monument Avenue Pediatrics in Richmond, Virginia. She's a recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award. Dr. Amelia Balderston will be joining a group practice at the Children's Clinic Limited in Newport News, Virginia. She received the honorable mention for her QI project on applying dental varnish in the clinic setting. Dr. Kawanta Barlow will be pursuing a fellowship in neonatal and perinatal medicine at the University of California, Davis. She is a recipient of the J. Scott Robinson Memorial Award and the Kentucky chapter of the AAP Award. Dr. Claire Batty will be pursuing a fellowship in neonatal and perinatal medicine here at the University of Louisville. She is a recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award, Excellent in Pediatric Critical Care Medicine Award, and the Medical Education Track Certificate. Dr. Maggie Chang will be staying here in Louisville at Norton Children's Hospital as a neonatal hospitalist, and she's also the recipient of a Chair's Achievement Award. Dr. Justin Chu is one of our internal medicine pediatrics residents. He will be staying here in Louisville for a fellowship in sports medicine. He's a recipient of the Chair's Achievement with Highest Honors and was also a member of our Resident Leadership Council. Dr. Ryan Connard will be staying here as another one of our chief residents next year. He is a recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award with Highest Honors, Research Track Certificate, Resident Leadership Council. He was the winner of the original research prize money, as well as a forensic medicine co-winner. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Dr. Noelle Conley Hamlin will be pursuing fellowship here at the University of Louisville as our first fellow in pediatric hospital medicine. She received the Excellence in Pediatric Hospital Medicine Award, the Excellence in Continuity Practice Award from Stone Street location, Chair's Achievement Award with Highest Honors, and was also a member of the Resident Leadership Council. Dr. Sarah England will be staying here in Louisville, joining a private practice at the University of Louisville Associates at Baptist Health Louisville. She is also a member of our Resident Leadership Council. Dr. Juan Gallegos will be pursuing a fellowship in neonatal and perinatal medicine at the University of Texas in Austin. There isn't enough room on our page for all of the awards that he has won tonight. Congratulations. Dr. Rose Hawkins will be pursuing a fellowship in pediatric pulmonology here at the University of Louisville. She is a recipient of the Sperling Award and our Global Health Track Certificate. Dr. Kelly Hillman will be pursuing fellowship in neonatal and perinatal medicine. It's a popular fellowship this year at the University of Oklahoma, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Kelly is a recipient of the Medical Education Track Certificate and the Chair's Achievement Award. Dr. Valerie Hummel will be practicing inpatient pediatrics, Palm Beach Children's Hospital Kids Medical Services in West Palm Beach, Florida. Dr. Amber Hussein will be pursuing a fellowship in child abuse pediatrics at Nationwide Children's Hospital. She is a recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award, Advocacy Track Certificate, and co-winner of the Forensic Medicine Resident Award. Dr. Rainika Jain will be pursuing private practice at Anderson Hills Pediatrics in Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. Veronica Lee will be pursuing fellowship in gastrointestinal pediatrics, gastroenterology, at the University of Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's the recipient of the Compassionate Pediatrician Award, Child Neurology Award, Chair's Achievement Award, Research Track Certificate, and is a member of Resident Leadership Council. Dr. Megan Lloyd will be joining a group practice in New Albany, Indiana at All In Pediatrics. She's the recipient of the Pediatric Academic Achievement Award and second place for QI Educational Curriculum and Systematic Review category for research. Dr. Ben Livers will be pursuing fellowship in pediatric emergency medicine here at the University of Louisville. He is a recipient of the Pediatric Emergency Medicine Senior Resident Award, and bingo, Adam Patterson bingo as well. Dr. Laura Mims will be pursuing a fellowship in pediatric hematology oncology at Primary Children's Hospital in Salt Lake City, Utah. She is the recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award, Pediatric Hemonc Award, Infectious Disease Award, and Research Track Certificate. Dr. Ryan Muma will be pursuing a pediatric hospitalist and clinician position at Baptist Health Floyd in New Albany, Indiana. He is a recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award. He unfortunately could not be with us this evening, but we'd like to congratulate him as well. Dr. Caitlin Newton will be pursuing fellowship in neonatal and perinatal medicine here at the University of Louisville. She is a recipient of the Medical Education Track Certificate. Dr. Andrea Nicholson will be pursuing fellowship in palliative care at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. She's a member of our Resident Leadership Council. Dr. Pat O'Donnell will be joining private practice, Children's Pediatrics, Capital Pediatric Group in Austin, Texas. He is the recipient of the Continuity Practice Award for Germantown and Global Health Track Certificate. Dr. Kendall Smith will be pursuing fellowship in pediatric pulmonology at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. She's the recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award with honors, Global Health Track Certificate, and a member of Resident Leadership Council. Dr. Colin Stone will be pursuing fellowship in pediatric critical care at the Medical College of Georgia in Augusta, Georgia. Dr. Helen Turner will be faculty in internal medicine as the internal medicine chief resident next year here at the University of Louisville. Dr. Andrew Van Hirsch will be pursuing fellowship in allergy and immunology at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia, recipient of the Chair's Achievement Award, Pediatric Pulmonary Medicine Award, Research Track Certificate, and the Josh Sparks Award for Cardiology. Dr. Ethan Wall-Varner will be pursuing a position in private practice at Coastal Pediatrics Associates in Charleston, South Carolina. I'd like to invite two of our graduates, Dr. Megan Lloyd and Ben Livers, to the stage, who have a few words for the audience.
Hello. Good evening, and thank you guys again for coming tonight for the graduation ceremony of the class of 2023. We really appreciate you guys coming to celebrate with us. It's a big milestone, and for many of us, it's a long-awaited ceremony. Our residency experience has certainly been filled with twists and turns. There's the often mentioned global pandemic to, let's say, technological difficulties. We have certainly seen our share of unprecedented times. Through these, we have worked hard, endured, and persevered. We have rounded on the wards, welcomed new lives in labor and delivery and in the NICU, and experienced critical illness, healing, and death in the PICU. We have stabilized patients and experienced joy in the emergency department, and learned the intricacies of the well child in the clinic. We have found our confidence and independence on nights and explored our individual interest through subspecialty electives. We should be proud of how far we have come and how hard we have worked to stand here today. It's been an honor to work with and learn from this group of doctors here tonight. Over the last few years, we have spent countless hours together learning both the medical knowledge we needed to succeed and honing our skills in the humanistic art of medicine. We have also made priceless memories, formed lifelong friendships, and built a strong foundation from which we can continue to grow. Nearly every day on our way to work, my colleagues and I would turn on Abraham Flexner Way into the parking garage. What many of us may not know is Abraham Flexner is known as the father of modern medical education. One quote of his is fitting today. Medical education is not just a program for building knowledge and skills in its recipients. It is also an experience which creates attitudes and expectations.
Residency is so much more than the hospital you're training at, the hours you work, and the patients that you see. Between the lines lies the culture and expectations set upon you, and this is fostered by your attendings, the staff at the Office of Medical Education, and your co-residents. And we are so thankful for our colleagues that have expected greatness from us, but have also fostered an attitude of acceptance and a culture of community. I'm also a crier. Sorry. While in a few short days, we will find ourselves yet again scattered across the country, the bond that we have formed in the last 3 or 4 years is one that spans beyond words and beyond understanding. Residency is truly something that until you live it, it's hard to understand. And although it is bittersweet to see it coming to an end, it is comforting to know that we are only one quick consult phone call away from each other. Whether we are headed to a chief year, fellowship, or to start our first job as an attending, I know we will be well prepared and we will have our colleagues from residency standing by our side, near or far as we may be. Of course, we would be remiss not to mention how thankful we are for the support of our friends and family. Residency comes with a unique set of trials, and we would not have been able to survive and thrive without the unrelenting support we've received. Whether you have provided physical support in the form of warm meals, taking care of our children or our pets, or running our errands, or whether you provided financially for us in times of need, or whether you supported us emotionally and mentally by being that phone call at the end of the day, our invitation to relax and do something fun, a shoulder to cry on, or a cheerleader always in our corner, we cannot overstate what an impact you have had on our lives and on our successes. Today is also a day to celebrate you and to thank you for sharing your sons, daughters, husbands, wives, sisters, brothers, best friends, significant others, mommies, or daddies with us and with all of our patients. We will be forever grateful for you. Thank you.
Thank you again for attending our ceremony this evening. As you can see, we are incredibly proud of our graduates, and this celebration is well deserved. We invite everyone in attendance to join us for drinks, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and dessert next door. Again, a huge thank you for those who tuned in to watch, and congratulations to all of our graduates.
Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or their honeysuckle phonies. Can they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies? Some are loyal soldiers, while these other ones are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest in the garden of evil. I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, Ma, I made it, I made it. I said, hey, look, Ma, I made it, I made it. I see it, I want it, I take it, take it. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, Ma, I made it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. We gonna keep dreaming. But we can do it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. We gonna keep dreaming. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Get it what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and new hit me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's. For the game, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Grown music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT, this hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush it. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment. Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment. Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Now, like a kid, thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on Shark Week. Time to go up, gone, deuces goodbye, I got a world to see.